Michael Cafferty, Mercury Insurance. We have 2 data centers, both in California, one southern, one northern. We have about 125 cabinets in the production data center in Southern California and about 60 plus in our DR data center in Folsom. We started implementing Nlight about 2 years ago, and it's helped us get way better control over inventory control. Just keeping the line in the cage as far as maintaining our inventory asset control, as far as what equipment is where, and now we're getting into the what touches what in the inventory area. So for years, I think with everybody here, we've used Visio and Excel to manage the assets, and it becomes cumbersome, especially when you've got multiple sites. So with DCIM, you can, if your nomenclature where you're changing just a particular, a couple letters based on where the location is, you can search for all the like assets much quicker within DCIM. And then it makes it easier to determine what you have to replace if you're doing an upgrade.
Yeah.
So that's just one of several ways. Somebody else touched on ServiceNow, and that's something else that we use ServiceNow. So with the workflow, it makes it so much easier to get assets in and assets out. The Neo tool, integrating, we just recently acquired the Neo tool, the module that's going to plug into Nlight. The network energy optimization, and Nlight energy optimization. And we're very excited because now we're going to be able to monitor the power really at a granular level within Nlight. But more to that, we're going to extend it out to, because we have so many remote sites where we have call centers or branches, and we're going to be able to track that and monitor that at the same time, and as well as complete the CMDB integration as they've done down there. I don't think we didn't have an aha moment. I know that as the management of the data center and the operators and the people that work in the data center day in and day out, they see a huge value in the tool. And the people that support the equipment, it was a learning curve. It was an adjustment because for so many years, people were used to just looking at Visio or keeping their own isolated documentation. But once people started understanding the power of the tool, then it was a wave of acceptance. The other thing with, I can't stress it enough, with ServiceNow, and somebody over here mentioned workflow, if you have, we have a change control meeting that we have twice a week to track changes in the infrastructure, both on the application and on the hardware side. And when you integrate those two and through the workflow, and you can manage from cradle to grave the asset and controlling that, it just becomes even more powerful. I think it was just resistance. Because engineers, bless their heart, are stuck in their ways. And so it's, at least in our organization, it's not a bad thing. It's just they're used to doing something a certain way, and to give them a new tool that they don't have physical control over was a learning curve. But once they adopted to it, and I wouldn't say everybody jumped on board right away, but it was a slow progression. But then once it happened, it's become widely accepted now. If you owned ServiceNow, and I don't know if Nlight plays well with other help desk or service delivery systems.
I'm jumping in. Yes, we work with.
But we are a ServiceNow shop, and the integration with ServiceNow is seamless. It's pretty straightforward. So we can track the asset through our change control. We use ServiceNow, a ticket is open, you use workflow that tells the operator this system has been targeted for movement or retirement or installation. Then the operator does the work, updates the ticket, then the workflow is then moved to the next stage, whether it's closed out or then it goes to the management for approval and acknowledgement, and then the ticket's closed.